Welcome back to Inside Texoma. Once again, we are talking about United Way and the impact that it's really having on Texoma. Mr. Garza, you were telling us a little bit about being a volunteer with United Way and really, kind of your misperception, I guess, of it at the beginning and how it's really changed. How long have you been volunteering with United Way?
About a year and a half now. I've been on one of the teams, and it's really been a kind of an eye-opener for me, because at first this kind of came about because of the job that I currently have with Region 9. There was a kind of I should say, a personal interest in kind of promoting what I needed to do, and I saw United Way as maybe a possibility to getting some help, and it winded up that I was the one doing the helping. And it's a good thing, because it's a mutual thing. It's not just about receiving, but it's also about giving, and that's what they do. They take community, and they don't only give, but they draw the community in to help the community. And that's where I think kind of started to change my perception of the United Way. I've helped on one of the projects that is really trying to go out and assess some of the needs that the community has. Like I said, they're a lot more focused on what they do. So, and I said, well, okay, so you pick a project and you kind of go with it, you put some money and you're done. It's a whole lot more than that. We've been working on this for a year and a half, and not only is it about the community, but even myself received some training on how to do some of the things that we're doing. And I was mentioning that we recently went to some training on how to do asset mapping in the community. And not only is it helpful for the project, but it wound up helping me in my own job, because there's a lot of carryover in some of those trainings in what I do personally at Region 9. So it's really been not only a pleasant experience, but it's kind of been also a very useful experience.
I love how you're saying it carries over into, now your work and your daily life as well. What really is an impact team? I mean, how many impact teams are we talking about that are within United Way?
United Way probably has way more than I can never mention, but in my personal team, we were looking at how to finance a project to help a community, and we looked at every aspect of, to the detail of how far or what section what we're going to do, what was going to be our approach, what were going to be the goals that we needed to do, and how do you go about doing it. So every impacting, I think, has a purpose and a goal, and they have kind of a charter of what we're supposed to accomplish. And you divide and conquer, basically, because the projects can be, wow, I mean, way overwhelming when you start. But if you take that elephant and you start cutting it into little pieces and dividing it, and that's kind of what the impact teams are. They take a piece of a bigger project and attack it. And then we all come back together as that United Way team and make it happen.
Are you impressed with how much detail there really is? I mean, like he was saying, it's not just a shotgun, I mean, it's just amazing how much work is really put in to every project, it seems.
And I think that was one of the parts where, as a community member that gave to United Way, we know we gave money and the money went out, but I never realized how much it takes more than just that. It takes volunteers, it takes a community to really make it successful.
What would you like to say maybe to anyone in Texoma watching? I mean, what is the need that you're seeing? What do people need to do? Their time? Are you thinking volunteerism? Is that what the need is right now?
I think getting involved. I mean, a lot of times we like to sit and just observe, but we have a lot to offer. And one of the things that I've learned in this asset mapping is that a lot of times we wait for somebody to come and tell us what they want. But a lot of times we need to be able to tell what we can offer. And if you have something to offer, and I think everybody does, share it, because that is going to help somebody else that maybe has that need that you have the ability to fulfill. And that's what, when we all come together, we all have different talents and different assets and different needs.
All right, well, thank you so much for sharing. And we need to take one more quick break, but we're going to come back with a final look at United Way and how you can get involved. That's all after the break here on Inside Texoma.